Ooh, face Sensei here. We have Woodley versus Jake Paul. I don't know what planet we're on, but we're not on freaking Earth, dude. This is crazy. I don't know how we got here, but here we are. Anyways, I'm holding the mic because I need to get a mic stand. It's too far away. When I get too close, see how it's to the focus? Okay, I'm still figuring out this YouTube thing. Grind never stops. I've been doing this since 2013. I'm still terrible at it, but you know, baby steps, guys, baby steps. You keep working at it. You keep working at it until you eventually get there. 1 million subscribers, please. So please subscribe here, and we'll keep doing some more videos for you guys. And then again, if we get to 1 million, I will sign the dotted line. I will fight. I'll fight anybody. I'll just do it for you guys. The open workouts here for Woodley and Jake Paul. I have not watched them yet. I'm saving them for the video, so this is truly authentic. This reaction, pretty interesting here. I saw some of the highlights of the face-off. Now that Jake is fighting someone with legitimate KO power, right? Someone who can truly hurt him. I think we're going to see, you know, Jake Paul tested, and that's what we're looking for. Hopefully it doesn't end early either way. I hope the fight, I hope there's a finish, but I hope it's late. This way we can see a good fight from Jake and get him pushed and see how Woodley does, because Woodley this is his first time boxing, right? He hasn't boxed yet. So it's going to be interesting to see how he transitions to boxing. In MMA, he tends to be like we call it like single direct attack in like martial arts, you know, karate terminology, where it's, you know, 1 or 2 strikes and then you're back out to distance. Not a lot of pocket stuff from him. He does counter super strong from the pocket, so if things get dangerous, he just throws quick bombs, so that's going to be beneficial for him. I think if Jake gets confident like he has in the past, it could be dangerous for him. I think he needs to be super patient. Even if he catches him, I think he needs to be super patient, because at any point Woodley can just crack him. Shall see. But let's get right into the open workout. Let's see what they're doing.
It's going to be interesting to see whether Tyron's going to be a boxer, whether he's going to be a counter puncher, or if and when, probably when, this fight gets hairy, will he just transition and be a brawler? What will this fight look like after the feeling out period when the first blood...
Again, like right here, it's not showing a lot because we've seen him hit mitts like this before. Not a lot of movement, just a lot of arm punching. For me, all Woodley has to do is stay away from the right hand. He's shorter. He's not gonna have the reach advantage, so he has to make sure he doesn't walk into a right hand or get caught with a right straight or a right hook. If he can look out for that, I think Jake's left hook probably pretty good, but nothing crazy T-Wood hasn't seen. As long as he can stay away from the right hand, he can neutralize that early. It's gonna be a long night for Jake.
Blood is drawn when the first big bomb is landed. That's gonna be high theater.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can say a lot of different things about Tyron Woodley, positively or negatively. You're not going to say he doesn't have power, and you're not going to say, BC, something we should also talk about. This is a guy...
Very true. This is the most dangerous person, obviously, Jake is going to be fighting ever. The dude got tree trunks for legs. He's going to hit super hard, has knockout power, speed, all those things.
Who's been competing as a sportsman since the single digits. If you go back to his days of wrestling, as you indicated, he was a collegiate All-American, I believe a Big 10 or Big 12 conference champion, excuse me. Teammates, by the way, with Michael Chandler, teammates with Ben Askren, who became an Olympian, and then got into MMA. So we're talking about, like, he's 40 years old, roughly. For about 30 of that, BC.
I keep forgetting. This dude is 40. Just hold on for a second. That is wild. Inspirational. I want to look like that when I'm 40. Looks like I got some new goals to set.
Can he come back from adversity? Can he get, take a big punch or a knockdown? These are things Tyron Woodley's dealt with. He's fought through.
Already, instincts look, Again, I'm comparing him to Jake's old previous opponents. Looking super sharp. If you remember, Ben Askren landed the first punch with his fight with Jake. He did a looping right hand. Jake came in a little heavy, got caught, but not enough power on it to do anything with it. I think he may be surprised. Again, he's training with people who have more skill than Woodley, but he hasn't fought anybody, and it's way different in the ring. Okay, that's enough of Woodley. Now we're going to get to Jake. Okay, see what progress he has made, if he shows anything, and see where he stands toe-to-toe. Because thus far, in all of his fights, he's looked like the better boxer. Here we are, the infamous Jake Paul warm-up. Okay, the stretch, I will say, it looks like it's like it feels good. Okay, like a stretch like that, it's got to feel good on the hips and the shoulders, things like that. I got to get Alana to learn how to do this, because to be a game changer.
Fight, hate on it. If you want to hate on Jake, hate on it. I don't know that you can necessarily hate on that decision.
No question about it. And I think you have to respect the decision. I mean, both brothers, Willie, really. I didn't love the Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul fight from the overall entertainment value and the style of the fight in the end that we thought could happen. But Logan still took on a fight in which he could have been badly embarrassed and one-punched at any point. Those are words from Logan himself, by the way, to describe.
All right, so thus far, just a lot of jumper open. Let's get to the action. I'm going to try to find some.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to have to see. You're right about, like, is this the audience that does the purchasing? I don't know. I will say, though, not only is it Sunday, so it's not really competing with any other fights that might be on Saturday night. It's going to be starting at 8. They're having a bit of an earlier start time for this.
Love it.
I wanted to mention something you talked about, BJ Flores, who, interestingly, a decorated boxer of his own right, also was an ESPN analyst for a time.
The one thing I will say I like when I see it from Jake is the in and out stuff. You know, big motions in, big motions out, really trying to maximize the distance. He's going to have to do that against Tyron Woodley. He does not want to stand in the pocket unless, you know, Woodley's like gas, but he's going to have to be moving in, moving out, try to really increase the distance and use his reach to his advantage.
Ex-fighters who have had success on the pro level, have fought for world titles like BJ Flores, and obviously J. Leon Love has. Smart guy in his...
Again, a lot of the movement is good. He's going to be needing to do this lateral movement, moving around, staying on the outside, keeping Woodley in the center when he can, and again, use the movement because he's going to want Woodley to gas himself out and throw his punches early and then fight him when he's tired. That's his best bet.
His corner. And I think for Jake, we know that there's some pop there, but it's more important to have guys teaching you the foundational of jab and move and bend at the waist and come up big with the uppercut. He's got to master those fundamentals. It's going to be key at this point.
Again, I like how he switched the stances. If you notice there, he went from right lead. Again, as I'm someone who's a lefty and I fight left lead from my karate background, so I get the advantage to use my jab more often and more effectively. So when he switches stances, he can use the jab. And also, when you switch stances, if you're stepping back, it's a lot bigger of a step, so you can create more distance, right? You get a larger gap for distance, so when he can use that to move side to side. But I will say, when you switch stances, the thing is you're a lot more vulnerable defensively because your instincts for defending and blocking do change, right? So when you switch your feet, like one thing I've been taught, not just in boxing but in martial arts, that when someone switches their stances, you want to call their bluff, which means if they switch, their offense might be there. They may be doing it to land a certain shot or to land like a power shot on a certain side. So defensively, you feel like you can take advantage of it. If Jake were to switch stances, I think Woodley should try to jump on him, safely, but should definitely take advantage of that and jump on him. Some more shadow boxing. Here we go.
Regular boxing audience, but at the very least, this is not the celebrity boxing we grew up on. Screech from Saved by the Bell or Todd Bridges from Different Strokes. There's a respect for the game, an athleticism, a power, a speed. Jake Paul right now is as real as he can be in terms of being taken for, as legitimate, because he's lived up to the part expected through 3 pro fights. Maybe not matchmaking level, but now we're transitioning right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of this workout. Again, you never want to read hardly, not too much, almost, I won't say nothing at all. I will say, from what we've been shown, and that's key here, what you've been shown, Woodley looked a little more crisp.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. And he's a guy who, maybe pushing 40 years old, maybe coming off 4 straight defeats in the UFC. But as we mentioned earlier, some of that was he was in his own head. And he mentioned to us he had his own distractions.
I want to say Jake, the one thing he does have is his right hand. So again, we're seeing a lot of, smoke screen, smoke and mirrors here. Him doing southpaw most of the time, using the jab. But in order for him to beat Woodley, he's going to have to threaten him. He's going to have to, make Woodley respect his power. The only way to do that is to make sure he's using his right hand. So you might see a little bit of southpaw, but I think he should be still focused on trying to land the right hand the entire night at some point, because if he can land a solid one, then Woodley's going to have to respect him, and then everything changes, at least in my opinion. Again, we see no punching of the mitts, and I'm not sure he did last time either. Don't know what to make of that. I think it's kind of smart, because if you're not going to go full out, then why not? I mean, for the crowd, I guess it would be nice, and for the promotion and for the hype, yes, but it's fight week, it's here. Ooh, official prediction. This is tricky. I know Jake is better. I think the main thing I was worried about with Askren is not of it, besides all of the attributes, is him underestimating Jake. Now, I don't think Woodley's going to underestimate Jake. And the thing is, we've seen Woodley in his MMA fights be tentative and cautious and fight smart. If you don't get like a super aggressive Woodley, if you get someone who's methodical and wants to keep his distance and wants to make it a chess match, Woodley has a better chance of landing the knockout punch. I think Jake's chance is if Woodley is just super aggressive and is not paying attention and not smart and leaves himself open. That's Jake's best chance of landing a shot. I think it's going to be hard for Jake just to pick Woodley apart, right? To try to beat him down, set traps. I think it's going to be harder for him to do that because of the fight experience. So Woodley's power, right, isn't going to allow Jake just to walk in fearless. If you watch Jake's last couple fights, besides Deji, but Gib and then Ben and Nate, early on, you can tell that Jake did not feel threatened. Therefore, he just started walking through, and then eventually he landed his shot. With Woodley lands a couple solid punches, and you see a more tentative Jake. How is he going to do when he has someone in front of him who can really knock him out? You're not going to be able to see him just walk through somebody. So that to me is going to be interesting. And again, he landed the right hand. Jake's shown that he has power, but not against strong opponents. So to be powerful against someone who's also can knock you out is a lot different. It changes the game. I know me in my competitions, when you feel like someone can knock you out, it changes your offensive game a little bit. You got to be smarter. You can't take as much risk. So you're thinking a little bit more defensively than you would if it's somebody you can take their best shots. So I feel like I gotta go Woodley. It's crazy because Jake has shocked the world every single time, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Jake won. I know a lot of people are picking Jake here, but I think Woodley's trained seriously, and his last 4 MMA losses, one of those people is Kamaru Usman. You're talking like these people are legit high level, world class, the best of the best fighters in the world. The people that he's lost to at the top of his game. So you're not talking like some mid-level amateur close fight, whatever. I gotta go Woodley here. I gotta believe that Woodley has everything that we've been thinking about for Jake Paul, right? For a Jake Paul opponent, right? He's got the speed, he's got power, got experience. This is a legit opponent. Woodley should win this, but I can see Jake do it. Jake's tough. He's just not gonna lay over for him. Let me know what you think. This one is a tricky one. Jake, for some reason, man, you just feel like he can win. He can pull it off. Oh, will the circus keep on going? Leave a like and subscribe. Oos.